When they were about to go grocery shopping at the supermarket, Maria and Shirakusa agreed to have a cooking competition. Sueharu felt confused about what he should do. Tetsuhiko said that what Sueharu had to do was simply eat whatever Maria and Shirakusa made. He even joked that he would help bury Sueharu if he ended up dying from it. Sueharu then asked Tetsuhiko to eat with him so they could die together, but Tetsuhiko refused. Eri arrived and lightly teased them for arguing. She suggested that they should first decide on a theme for the cooking contest. Tetsuhiko proposed comparing their dishes to local ramen, but Eri called that idea boring. Shirakusa suggested having fried chicken as the theme, and Eri proposed hot pot instead. Maria was surprised to see Eri buying a lot of sake. Eri explained that she wouldn't have to drive anymore once they arrived at the villa, and that the sake was meant to last for 2 days. Rana joined them as well with the task of recording their activities. At that moment, Maria invited Rana to play with her. Rana mentioned that she had never been on a school trip before, so she didn't really know where to go. Maria then asked Rana to choose, which made Rana happy because Maria was so thoughtful towards her. When Tetsuhiko noticed Sueharu deep in thought, he guessed that Sueharu was probably thinking about Kuroha. He found it strange since Sueharu and Kuroha usually made up quickly after fights, but Sueharu said this time was different. Tetsuhiko commented that Sueharu had become complicated, even though the cause was the usual problem and their relationship was getting worse. Sueharu then asked what Tetsuhiko would do if he were in his position. Tetsuhiko said he would conquer everything and build a harem. Sueharu called Tetsuhiko useless, but Tetsuhiko said he never told Sueharu to hurt any girls. Instead, he encouraged him to make everyone happy. Even if the outcome might seem a little unrealistic, wouldn't their happiness be what mattered most to Sueharu? In other words, that was a form of love and kindness towards humanity. Sueharu was shocked at how twisted Tetsuhiko's way of thinking was. He was sure that if Tetsuhiko died, it would be because a woman stabbed him. Tetsuhiko joked that it would be an honor for a man. Sueharu got scared because he actually understood the dark meaning behind Tetsuhiko's words. Suddenly, Sueharu heard footsteps but found no one around. He was relieved that no one overheard their conversation. Feeling hot, Tetsuhiko suggested they go get some cold drinks. It turned out that Rana and Maria had been listening to their conversation the whole time, but Rana said she didn't really care about what they were talking about. Maria pointed out that compared to Tetsuhiko, Sueharu still thought about common sense and ethics, which was why he rejected Tetsuhiko's idea. However, she also admitted there was a part of Sueharu that envied Tetsuhiko's honesty about his desires. According to Maria, learning that Sueharu actually wanted a harem was a new discovery for her. Rana then asked what the point of knowing something like that was. Maria asked Rana for her opinion on Maria's own position. Rana said that in terms of romance, Maria clearly lost to Kuroha and Shirakusa. Rana emphasized that she wasn't talking about physical attraction. Maria admitted that she was indeed behind Kuroha and Shirakusa, but not by much. She believed that was because Sueharu didn't see her as a potential partner yet. So Maria's best option was to make Sueharu turn his attention to her, while Kuroha and Shirakusa were busy competing for him. Rana said that usually the concept of a harem is to choose everyone, but it can also mean not choosing all of them. Maria described her plan as dividing Sueharu into 3 parts. Soon, they all arrived at Shirakusa's father's villa. Upon arrival, Shirakusa asked what Sueharu thought about the place. Sueharu immediately knelt down to thank Shirakusa for bringing him there. Shirakusa felt awkward about his exaggerated reaction. Tetsuhiko said that Sueharu was weak in front of people who had money and power. Rana commented that ordinary people naturally feel weak around great people. Sueharu told them to stop talking like that and even scolded Rana for insulting him. Eri then stepped in to calm the situation. She asked Shirakusa to open the door and told the guys to carry their things inside the villa. Everyone was amazed when they saw the inside of the villa. Shirakusa explained that all the rooms were located on the first floor. There were 5 rooms in total, and each room was equipped with 2 beds. She then began assigning the rooms. Maria hoped to share a room with Sueharu. Shirakusa said that Maria would share a room with Eri, while Sueharu would share with Tetsuhiko. Shirakusa herself would share with Rana, and the remaining 2 rooms would be for Kuroha and the other girls. Everyone agreed with this room arrangement. The bathroom was on the 3rd floor, and the terrace there offered a beautiful view, though it looked even better under a starry sky. At that time, they were all gathered on the balcony, relaxing together. Sueharu suggested to Shirakusa that everyone should wear swimsuits and take a bath together, but Shirakusa immediately stopped him. Tetsuhiko then remarked that it seemed possible to jump off the balcony into the pool. Without warning, he pushed Sueharu, causing him to fall into the pool. Meanwhile, Kuroha was practicing her dance moves and making study notes for Sue Haru because she realized her role was somewhat like that of an older sister to him. Akane praised Kuroha's dedication even though Sue Haru was probably busy playing around and likely taking advantage of Kuroha's absence to skip studying. Kuroha imagined Sue Haru being approached by Maria, who was wearing a revealing swimsuit. She pictured Maria sticking close to him and teasing him endlessly. Kuroha immediately looked upset and intimidating. Akane quickly called Aoi, asking her to come home from club activities right away because she wasn't confident she could handle Kuroha alone. At that moment, Sue Haru was playing volleyball with Maria while Rana was recording their activities. Tetsuhiko told Rana to join the game instead since he forbade filming while wearing swimsuits. Rana promptly turned off her camera and removed some layers of clothing. She was wearing a very cute swimsuit underneath. Maria complimented Rana, saying she looked adorable in it. Sue Haru glanced at Rana, but then Tetsuhiko suddenly tackled him. Soon after, Shirakusa sent a message to Sue Haru, saying she wanted to show him her swimsuit, but was too shy to do it in front of everyone else. She asked him to leave through the front door, then walk to the right and meet her at the small sandy beach so she could show him quietly. After reading the message, Sue Haru immediately went to the designated spot. After waiting a moment, Shirakusa appeared. Sue Haru laughed, thinking Shirakusa would show him her in a bikini. Shirakusa said she was wearing an outer layer because she didn't want anyone to see. Then she took off the outer layer and revealed her bikini. She asked what Sue Haru thought about how she looked. Sue Haru didn't know what to say at first, but she urged him to explain in detail. He said that she looked really great and beautiful, so much so that it moved him emotionally. Hearing this, Shirakusa slumped down weakly. Sue Haru even started to worry about her, but she said she felt very happy because she had always wanted him to say those things to her. She even shed tears. Shirakusa asked to sit close to Sue Haru, and unexpectedly, she sat on his lap, which made both of them a little nervous. Suddenly, Sue Haru's phone rang. It was Maria calling. She asked if Sue Haru was having fun. Sue Haru asked if Maria was watching him, but it turned out she was recording him. Tetsuhiko's laughter was heard in the background. Sue Haru was confused about why they needed to record him and asked Maria to tell the person next to her to stop recording immediately. Maria said she had a message from the person beside her, saying they were recording Shirakusa in her swimsuit and asked if Sue Haru wanted a copy of the footage. Sue Haru said he definitely wanted it. Maria added that she had wanted to confront them immediately, but Tetsuhiko insisted on recording first, so she held herself back and was very angry at that moment. Maria quickly chased after Sue Haru, who was trying to run away. After catching him, she refused to let go because she wanted to sit on his lap as well. Shirakusa tried to separate Maria from Sue Haru, but unexpectedly, Sue Haru accidentally touched Maria's chest, which made her angry and almost want to attack him. After that, Sue Haru and Rana studied together, while Maria was dancing. Rana asked Sue Haru not to pay attention to Maria and told him to focus on studying. At that moment, Sue Haru realized that Maria was actually a scholarship student who maintained top grades. Rana then asked if Sue Haru had thought she was dumb all this time. Sue Haru responded by asking if Rana wasn't the same type as him. Rana said she wouldn't even want to be considered the same type as Sue Haru. Hearing that, Sue Haru immediately pinched Rana's cheek. Meanwhile, Maria was dancing very well. Shirakusa finally realized that Maria was truly an actress. After Maria finished her dance performance, it was Shirakusa's turn to dance. She looked nervous while dancing. Tetsuhiko commented that Shirakusa didn't look cute while dancing and asked her to show her cute side. Sue Haru then offered to show off his dancing skills. Tetsuhiko pointed out that Sue Haru hadn't practiced at all. Sue Haru said at least he had mastered the basic moves. Tetsuhiko then invited him to demonstrate. Surprisingly, Sue Haru was even able to show a cute side while dancing. Reina couldn't forgive herself for ever thinking Sue Haru was cute. According to Tetsuhiko, Sue Haru's expression during that enlightenment was depressing. Reina even said she hated heaven for giving Sue Haru that talent. Maria called Sue Haru's performance amazing. Sue Haru asked Shirakusa what she thought about his dancing. Shirakusa said he was really good. Sue Haru explained that he hadn't been able to dance before due to trauma, but the small reason he could dance again was because he wanted to dance for someone. Then Sue Haru asked if Shirakusa wanted to show her dance. If she did, he promised to give her a smile. Shirakusa smiled and thanked him. After that, Maria got ready to cook in the kitchen. She asked Sue Haru to hold her tight so she wouldn't wander off too far. Sue Haru was obviously surprised and asked her to stop startling him. Maria said she was only half joking. What she really needed was help because she wanted to make chenko stew. Sue Haru asked why she was only half joking. Maria replied by asking if he wanted her to be 100% joking. Sueharu then asked where Shirakusa was. Maria said Shirakusa had just left through the front door without saying anything. Sueharu hurried to find Shirakusa. Suddenly, Maria said she didn't care about the cooking competition anymore. At that moment, Shirakusa was deep in thought. Even though she had practiced after learning about Sueharu's favorite food, she wondered why the theme of the cooking competition was stew, something she knew nothing about. Sueharu approached Shirakusa by the beach, but she told him she wanted to be alone. Sueharu asked Shirakusa not to hide her weaknesses because he knew she wouldn't even leave the house gate without crying. Hearing that, Shirakusa said she was different from who she used to be since she had grown strong enough to stand beside Sueharu. It wasn't that Sueharu didn't care about strength, but he felt that if Shirakusa was suffering by being obsessed with being strong, he didn't want that for her. Being too weak wasn't good either, but there were things more important than strength. For Sueharu, honesty was the most important thing, and it seemed like Shirakusa was hurting herself by not being honest. Shirakusa understood what Sueharu was saying, but she was still scared. Sueharu realized Shirakusa had never actually seen anyone cooking a stew before and that she was trying to learn how to make his favorite food, which as it turned out, Sueharu had overheard earlier. Shirakusa got embarrassed even though she wanted to look cool without saying anything. Sueharu was happy because Shirakusa was practicing for him and he definitely planned to eat whatever she made. Sueharu asked what kind of food Shirakusa had been practicing, and she said she was working on fried chicken and had already bought the ingredients. Even though the cooking contest was supposed to be about stew, Sueharu said he would let the others know and told Shirakusa to focus on cooking. Shirakusa mentioned that Sueharu always did things she couldn't easily do. Sueharu denied that, saying he couldn't even write a novel if she could. According to Shirakusa, Sueharu always gave her a huge boost of courage and strength, even though she could be stubborn, negative, and scared. Without realizing it, they looked into each other's eyes and were about to kiss. But suddenly, Sueharu remembered a warning from Aoi about being careful with magical tourism. They let go of each other's hands and walked toward the villa. The next day, Kuroha showed up at the villa and woke Sueharu, who was still asleep. Sueharu was surprised to see Kuroha and her younger sisters there.